A very good day to all of you. We are from Group 2. This is our video presentation for project proposal. Group 2 have 5 members. First of all, we'll have Vhinoth, Taeyuzong, YING, Lim Yunhui, and me, Winnie. Now I would like to proceed with the introduction to sauna room. Sauna room has a design to have an unpainted wood interiors with a temperature that's able to control using a controller in the range of 65 Celsius to 90 Celsius. The hydrotherapy, spa and sauna under physiotherapy division in the Department of Rehab Medicine in UMMC has a sauna room using electric heater with sauna stones. The sauna stones is placed above the electric heater and the water hose above is used to pour out the water when the sauna stones is hot enough for the generation of steams. The duration to heat up the room is approximately 45 minutes according to the size of the room. And the user or patient can use up the sauna room to heat up their body for duration of 15 to 20 minutes. So for the working principles of electric heater, it uses the convection principle to pass electricity through the resistive elements. The resistance will convert electrical energy to heat energy, and the heat is transferred from the electric heater to the sauna stones. When the sauna stones are very hot, the water hose will pour water onto the stones to generate steam through the evaporation process. So the steam will circulate around the sauna room and create a hot environment. There are a variety of benefits of sauna in therapy. First of all, it can improve the health of the heart. It can release the stress and pain of the heart by improving the blood circulation. Moreover, it helps in lowering the blood pressure. Secondly, sauna can improve the conditions of asthma patients. This is because heat from sauna can open up the airway and loosen the phlegm in the lungs. Thirdly, sauna can reduce the pain for arthritis patients as it causes less inflammation of joints due to the heat. And lastly, sauna can help in releasing stress as the heat triggers the body to increase the levels of endorphins to relax the body. For the clinical issues of sauna room that we had discovered through our visit to the physiotherapy divisions, it is the differences in the temperature inside the sauna room and the temperature set on the controller which the sauna room is not heated. This clinical issue had causes the sauna room to require maintenance and can't use by the patient for therapy. This clinical issue may happen due to inappropriate placements of electric heater in the sauna room or the malfunctions in the heater or controller. So our group will be proposing 3 labs to improve the heating system of sauna room or to reduce the chances of breakdowns of heater in the sauna room.
Hi, my name is Taeyuzong. I will be presenting the first experiment, which is to compare the location of the heater and the temperature of the sauna room. As we know that the system of the sauna heater is sensitive to temperature, if the temperature is too high, the system will shut down for protection. Therefore, in this experiment, we need to find out the optimal position of the heater to ensure the temperature of the sauna room is high enough but not causing the shutdown of the system itself. The installation process of a sauna heater is very important to ensure the optimal functionality of the heat ventilation system. There are several factors that are affecting the heat transfer, which are the amount of heat transferred, the distance, the area of surface, and the difference in temperature. This experiment is to find the optimal position of the heater with respect to this relationship, which might cause defects or faulty in heating elements or affect the convection of heat by the heater, which is the distance between the heater and the ground. The process of convection involves the movement of a heated fluid such as air or water in order to transfer heat. Usually also applies to the heater in the hydrotherapy, spa, and sauna of physiotherapy division under Department of Rehabilitation Medicine in UMMC. The heater is installed or suspended in the air to increase the surface area of the heater with the air surroundings to optimize the heat transfer due to convection. If the distance between the heater and the ground is too near, this will affect the circulation of the heater, causing the shutdown due to the overheat problem. If the distance between the heater and the ground is too far, this will affect the heat conversion of heat with the ground and the surroundings. The material and apparatus are the heating element, power supply, digital thermometer, sauna room, and tape measure.
Greetings to Doctor. My name is Lim Yun Hui and I'll be presenting for the methodology for 3 of the experiments here. The experiment 1 is carried out in the sauna room in the Hydrotherapy Spa and Sauna or Physiotherapy Division under the Department of Rehabilitation Medicine in UMMC. The shut-off temperature of the heater is first determined by measuring the temperature of the heating element once the system is shut off. Then connect the power supply to the heating elements. After that, position the heating elements 10 cm from the ground and adhere it to a wall. Step 5. Switch on the power supply and set the timer to 10 minutes and measure the temperature on every wall including the ground and also the ceiling. Please let the sauna room to cool down for 30 minutes. After it's done, repeat step 2 to step 6 by adding the height of the heating element by 10 cm. Then, tabulate the data in a table and compare the temperature with the shut-off temperature and then select the height with the highest temperature as the optimal height.
The table shows the results or the expected outcomes of the experiment. For reference, the hydrothermal sauna heater's shut-off temperature of the heater is 120 degrees Celsius, but due to drift, the shut-off temperature would be much lower. Therefore, the temperature of any surfaces should not be higher than the shut-off temperature. From the table, we choose the height of the installation of the system with the highest temperature that does not exceed the shut-off temperature of the system.
Hi, I'm Chamin. Now I'll be talking about the second experiment proposed to solve this clinical issue, which is the comparison of different types of sauna stones for better heating of sauna room. In this figure, we can see that the sauna stone is used on the heater to produce steam to increase the temperature of the sauna room. The type of sauna stone is important to deliver the steam as the sauna stone can store heat energy when it was heated. After the stone was heated, the water will be poured on the rod to produce steam and increase the temperature of the sauna room. There are several characteristics of the stones that need to be considered to ensure the sauna room to function. First, it must have the good heat capacity to accumulate and retain the heat. Second, the stone must have the heat resistance to avoid it from crumble. The purpose of this experiment is to determine the most suitable type of sauna stone which has the good heat capacity to transfer the heat as producing the steam in the sauna room. The materials and equipment that needed in this experiment is sauna heater, thermometer, jet stone, soapstone, white quartzite, ceramic stone, and power supply.
Again, our experiment 2 is proposed to be done in the same sauna room in the Hydrotherapy Spa and Sauna or Physiotherapy Division under the Department of Rehabilitation Medicine in UMMC. The temperature of the sauna room is set by adjusting the temperature controller, and then we will let the gelight stone to be heated for 20 minutes. And after that, we pour some water onto the gelight stone to produce some steam. After 5 minutes, measure the air temperature in the sauna room at different spots to obtain the average temperature. After the temperature is taken, let the sauna room to cool down, then repeat step 2 to step 4 using the 3 other stones which are soapstone, white quartzite, and lastly ceramic stone. All the data will be tabulated in a table. We then compare the temperature in the sauna room using the 4 different stones and see which data has the nearest temperature to the one being shown on the temperature controller.
This table is the expected outcome from this experiment. At the end of this experiment, the best type of stone should be determined based on the temperature measured with the heat produced by the stone. The type of stone that produces the temperature that nearest to the temperature set will be the most suitable type of stone used in the sauna room.
Hi, this is Vhinoth, and I'll be explaining on interaction of wood surface humidity and indoor climate temperature for our clinical issue. As can be seen, we want to study the properties of hygroscopic materials, which is the sauna wood here, and how the bearing wetness of the wood would affect the latent heat phenomena affecting the sauna room, causing the heat conductivity of it. whether a more moist wood would allow heat to be transferred faster in the sauna room or otherwise. So the materials we propose for part 3 of the experiment is heating element, which is already present, the stones in the sauna room, which will heat the stones, the power supply, a digital thermometer, the sauna room itself for the heating and humidity aspect, a humidity sensor, which I suggest to use a DHD11 sensor to be placed inside the room when we heat it to a specific temperature later on.
Experiment 3 is also carried out in hydrotherapy spa and sauna. For this experiment, a constant heating temperature was set up as well. The temperature and humidity sensor was set up and turned on before each of the experiment. The walls were moistened with 1 liter of water as a normal condition, while the stone was heated with 1 liter of water and the power supply is turned on and allowed to sit for 15 minutes. The humidity of the room was measured and recorded. Then the sauna room is let to cool down for 30 minutes. After it's done, repeat step 4 to step 6 with 2 liter and 3 liter of water poured onto the stone, and lastly with 1 liter of water but does not wet the wall. Then the data can be tabulated. The sauna air temperature, humidity, as well as the surface temperature of the spruce panels was compared and analyzed.
For expected outcome, you can see we're going to tabulate the temperature, time, and humidity in the table. The results will either show an increase which is significant enough to the surface temperature, the spruce panels. For expected outcomes, you can see based on our 4 different variables, we're going to tabulate the temperature, time, and humidity. The results will either show an increase in significant enough to surface temperature in the spruce panels when room humidity is increased by pouring, or otherwise. This will enable us to comprehend better the latent heat change when moisture is absorbed by the wood surface. So that is all 3 proposed experiments for being practiced.
Sauna is one of the hydrotherapy treatments useful in the rehabilitation field, especially for patients with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, congestive heart failure, peripheral heart disease, rheumatoid arthritis, and for muscle recovery after intense exercise. Through the heating and sweating during the sauna hydrotherapy treatments, it can improve the health of the heart, blood circulation, and helps in lowering the blood pressure. We hope that with this project proposal, the temperature sensor can give us an accurate value for the temperature inside the sauna room, so that the patients can confidently set the temperature according to the advices given by their doctors. That is all from us. Thank you for listening.